Is the President of the United States, Donald Trump, about to walk down those stairs, stepping foot in Singapore as we await this historic summit with the North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. Anthony, talk to us about this moment. I mean, this is history. We are living, regardless of what happens in that meeting between the two dictators, what we are seeing right now, this is history.
Secretary Pompeo seems to be trying to mend some fences today, praising those European allies, saying it's their diplomatic work that, in part, helped make this Singapore summit happen in the first place.
Pretty fascinating juxtaposition, though, between the series of meetings.
Yeah, democracies versus dictators.
Richard Engel in Seoul for us tonight. Thank you. And meantime, this evening, as President Trump prepares to sit down with a dictator, he is fresh off a new feud with some of America's closest allies, including our neighbors to the north in Canada. And Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, our chief White House correspondent, Hallie Jackson, has that end of the story for us.
As President Trump tries to find peace with an enemy, he's fighting with a friend. He and his advisors throwing punches at Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
He really kind of stabbed us in the back.
There's a special place in hell for any foreign leader that engages in bad faith diplomacy with President Donald J. Trump.
The president calling Trudeau dishonest and weak after the G7 summit in Quebec. That's where Trudeau made a measured comment calling new American tariffs on steel and aluminum insulting and promising to retaliate.
Canadians were polite, were reasonable, but we also will not be pushed around.
President Trump keeping up his attacks this morning, firing off tweets from Singapore like, "Sorry, we cannot let our friends or enemies take advantage of us on trade anymore." But today, America's allies aren't backing down either.
This was a difficult summit with, at times, some very candid discussions.
Thank you.
The president left the G7 early, then pulled out of a planned joint statement. Tense talks that had British Prime Minister Theresa May highlighting how she took the fight to the U.S.
I was very clear. I've been clear directly to President Trump. I've been clear in this House and elsewhere. These are unjustified.
And in Germany,
Und hier kann man sagen,
Chancellor Angela Merkel says America's protectionism could do economic damage around the world. That diplomatic dysfunction colliding with a critical face-to-face here with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo in Singapore trying to downplay the drama.
There are always irritants in relationships. I am very confident the relationships between our countries, the United States and those G7 countries will continue to be move forward on a strong basis.
Secretary Pompeo seems to be trying to mend some fences today, praising those European allies, saying it's their diplomatic work that, in part, helped make this Singapore summit happen in the first place.
Pretty fascinating juxtaposition, though, between the series of meetings.
Yeah, democracies versus dictators.
Hallie, thanks very much.